What's up guys, I'm in here and welcome to another flight sim video. This time I'm taking off from Walney Island just outside the Cumbrian town of Barrow-in-Furness. Parking virtually, there we go. So we're going to be flying over Lake District. So hopefully along Lake Windermere and follow some other lakes all the way up to Carlisle. And then we'll land at Carlisle Lake District Airport. So we're taking off. Keep the altitude fairly low. So we'll let the plane climb a bit, just across the strait or river or whatever, yeah, from the island. There's Barrow-in-Furness there. Right, we'll try and get the trim back up, there we go. Try and stabilise the altitude.
Don't sink.
Oh, shut up! A couple of other little towns here and there. But we're maintaining a pretty stable attitude at the moment. And yeah, we could climb a little bit. We're just coming up to 500 feet, maybe 1,000 feet might be better when we're going through the mountains. Yeah, better idea. Either this is Arnside or wherever, or Grange Ever Sands. Somewhere around along those lines. Check the VFR map where we're headed. Alright. I believe this is Lake Windermere over here. Yeah, it should be. And then a couple of other lakes will be flying through there. Hopefully landing at Carlisle. But we're not too far from the Lake Windermere. We think we just fly a bit more northeast. Yeah, another decent sized town there. A nice little coaster, and Lancaster's in the distance, just across the sea. Yeah, low altitudes are generally better for VFR flights. And you get to see the scenery a lot better. It's much nicer, as you've seen on my previous video when I was going through Snowdonia. Might revisit St Asaph in another video and go down the Vale of Cloyd. Of course, it won't be as scenic as Snowdonia, but it'll still be something to enjoy, I guess. Okay, this is the mouth of the river that will go on to form Lake Windermere. There's the wind turbines in the distance. Pretty nice weather today, actually. Just a couple of clouds here and there, but otherwise it's nice and sunny. That looks like a Lake Windermere in the distance, yeah, the river, one of the many rivers forming the lake. Quite interesting geography in this part of the country. I do know that England's highest mountain, which is Scafell Pike, is somewhere around there. Is in the Lake District. It's hard to make out which is the highest peak here. I think they're all of a similar-ish height, 800 to 900 meters, something like that. There's a couple of nice little towns along this lake. So, of course, we've got Bowness on Windermere and Windermere itself. I remember I had a cruise along this lake about just over 10 years ago in real life. It would be nice to visit this part again. Actually, not too hard, but you know, yeah, we're flying along the river. You can see how the river leads to the lake. It's pretty cool. And it goes over there, mouth onto the sea. You can see the Pennines in the distance as well. Is the Lake District part of the Pennines, or is it a different mountain range altogether? I think it's I mean, they're pretty close together, so I would say it's probably technically a part of it. Pennines do range from Peak District in the East Midlands all the way up to the Scottish border, so it basically covers the entire north. Spans the entire north, yeah. But here we are, Lake Windermere. We're just heading to 1,000 feet. I think we should try and keep the altitude above 1,000 feet when we're going through the mountains. But once we're past them all and approaching Carlisle, we could start descending. And there are a couple of little villages here and there, or hamlets here. I think you can just docking points on the lake. Oh yeah, that's a dock there. And one of the stations you can get a boat from, I guess. Yep, coming up to bonus on Windermere. And Windermere itself is just over there. Yeah, these two towns are pretty much merged together. There's more docks so you can get your boats and whatnot. Alright. Trying to see where the boats should be here. We've got a satellite image of the boats. Pretty tiny, aren't they? Oh, that one's kind of fading there. But I doubt there are this many apartment blocks in Windermere. It is like a small market town sort of place, and rather historic, so I doubt they would have. Yeah, the game just generates a lot of tower blocks. Would be nice to like actually have some handcrafted assets for many of the market towns as well as the cities, like actually showing historic buildings, although I doubt many people will be able to notice them from afar. That's the thing. So it's probably not worth doing, that's the thing. But it would be nice to touch, like for very low altitude VFR, like if you want to do some proper exploration. Yo, how did my altitude decrease already that quickly? I was at like 1,000 before, or did the ground just get higher? I think I'll fly around the left. Oh yeah, this is Keswick. Yeah, this would be Keswick. Yeah. That looks like, well, it's either a shopping centre or a secondary school, or maybe a town hall, I don't know. Yeah, buses go on to this way. The train goes as far as Windermere. Okay, so now we've cleared the entire Lake Windermere.
500.
Yeah, I swear the altimeter's going haywire. Does it take into account the changing terrain? Maybe. Yeah, I've throttled up a little bit. I think I'll do that. Just fly around the valleys. Lovely view this. Throttle down. I might need to throttle up to go through that gap there. Anyone planning to get this game, I highly recommend using some sort of joystick. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a flight stick. I'm using an Xbox One controller, because keyboard and mouse controls are probably, I imagine, are very clunky. Like, you want these smooth turns like this. You don't want something like a bit jerky, like how a keyboard would do it. If anyone can recommend any cheap flight sticks, I'll look into them. I've seen some pretty cheap ones on the CEX, but I'd have to know if they're worth buying. Got some nice valleys there. I can still see bits of the Lake Windermere behind there. Bit of the coast as well, I think, just on the horizon. The sun's just behind the clouds. Oh, there's a nice road here. Oh cool, there's a small section of dual carriageway. That's nice, really nice. I believe it's one of the main trunk roads through Lake District. Is it the A65? Yeah, it probably is. Or A66. Never. Here's another lake. Safe to say this has to be one of the more scenic parts of England. And of course Wales and Scotland have some more impressive natural beauty, but for England this is pretty stunning. And it's leading to another river. I think I'll just follow that way, yeah. Whoa, what's with the sudden pitch down there? Kept the trim steady, so it was quite a nice lake as well, to be fair. Throttle back down. We'll fly around this valley. That'll be nice. Okay, this looks like a good river to follow, fly around. Yeah, around mountains and hills there always tend to be rivers in valleys. Barrow Airstrip, not sure where that is, but I imagine that's near Penrith. But we'll head to the east a bit right now because that's the direction we need to be for Carlisle. I believe we've seen the best parts of Lake District now. Not entirely sure which one's Scaffold Pipe, but if anyone spotted it in this video, please let me know in the comments with the timestamp. I quite like the path this river is following. Yeah, if you're looking for a nice short scenic flight, this is definitely a recommended one, especially in the realms of VFR. Quite like that valley. we're not landing now. I think I've landed there before. To be fair, I've landed at Carlisle as well once. I did quite a long cross-country flight all the way from, I think, Newquay or Plymouth. Somewhere in Devon or Cornwall, yeah. Probably Newquay actually, yeah, it was Newquay, wasn't it? Yeah. It was in a turboprop. And that was pretty fun. Okay, we can see more flat land in the distance. I think if we follow this river, it might lead to Carlisle. Hang on a minute. Oh, the stream goes around here. And goes up north. I wonder if where they put the wind turbines is actually where there are wind turbines in real life. That would be really cool. Attention to detail. The land in front of me is considerably flatter compared to... I think we have cleared all the mountains of Lake District. Oh, okay, well, we've still got a little bit to go. Take off from here, follow this route, and land at Carlisle. Trust me, that's an amazing route. I think I've mastered maintaining altitude on this. Either that or it's just not very windy today. Can you see the city of Carlisle in the distance? I think we might be. You know what, this might be the River Eden, the one that goes through Carlisle. That was actually the last time I went on an excursion in real life. You would have seen on my vlog back in February when I went to Carlisle. I was planning to go to Lincoln after Carlisle, but while I was waiting for my uni workload to die down, of course the pandemic hit, and yeah, that screwed it up. I can definitely see that large urban area in the distance. That's definitely Carlisle, Cumbria's only city. Actually a really good city to check out. Plenty of historic buildings. Northeast of Carlisle is its airport. Actually a relatively new airport with regard to airline service. Only a few flights, not a big variety of destinations, mainly just Belfast and Dublin, and I think London as well. There might be a few flights to Scotland. Not much else at the moment, and of course we're going through a pandemic, so it's not the best time to think about opening new flights yet. Oh, it seems that many rivers meet in the city. So yeah, as you can see, the layout of the city is pretty recognisable, sort of. Of course, you won't see its main historic buildings or castle. You can see the train station down there. There it is. And I can just about make out where all the streets are. There we go, there's the main market street, Citadel. They put blocks of flats where the Citadel was supposed to be, yeah, I can see that. And the castle they couldn't quite generate correctly. There's Bits Park. Brilliant park, by the way. Okay, tower blocks are meant to be the easiest thing to generate according to the game's algorithm, and they haven't even bothered generating the civic centre, like the main tower block of the city. Oh, is that the airport already? Okay, wow, we're positioned perfectly onto the runway. I did not plan that. I actually did not plan that. That's pretty cool. I think we can start throttling down. Maybe we'll put it up a little bit just to make sure I don't descend too early. Yep, that's the M6 here. Yep, the runway start descending onto it. Yep, the runway number is stable in sight.
500.
Throttle all the way down. I'll get the park and brake on, yeah. Just so get that perfect landing. Because if I just use the normal brake, the plane's going to tip over. Here we go, here we go. Boom, nailed it. Oh, a bit of a rough landing there, but I didn't crash, so that was something. But to be fair, it's an easy plane to land. Yeah, see you guys in the next video.